those who are attending for the attendance purpose. So that's the thing I'm repeatedly telling you. Just give me an attendance now itself, and you can move off. For only purpose you are attending for attendance, you just move off. And this previous class we have discussed about the MA search tree, the algorithm of MA search tree, how to arrange those elements in a MA search tree. And when comparing to the binary search tree, how it will be differ, MA search tree, it will be differ. So that we have discussed in the theory part. When you are writing those things, you can write in your own words and you can describe those things. And we have started the graph in the fifth unit in the previous class. So the graph will be representation of the nonlinear data structure. It also will be an hierarchical process. And in this, the nodes which are represented as vertices and the edges which connecting the nodes are called edges. So in the tree, we have mentioned that nodes in the elements of the things is called as nodes, and here we are mentioning as a vertices. And we have seen some of the difference between the graphs and trees, and these are the things we have discussed already. So the majorly the graph which not have any unique node, that node is called as root node. The tree will have those things, and the graph is a cycle form. It can be repeated to the node. It is a cycle form, and tree, it will not be a cycle form. It will be in a hierarchical process. And the application of the graphs will be the finding shortest path. That is, we have seen some of an example in Google Maps, Facebook's, and one more thing, e-commerce website. So these are the thing, the basic example of a graph application. When you are going to design this kind of websites or this kind of application in your term, then you want to represent the program in a graph structure. So this is the thing. So as now we have discussed, and today we are going to discuss about the graph representation. So graph representation, how it will be represented, we have discussed already. We have discussed, but we having some of the set over there for representing a graph. Generally, a graph is represented a pair of set, that is vertices and edges. So the pair of set will be there for a graph, and inside the set we having that vertices and edges. So V is V is a set of vertices or nodes, and E is a set of edges. You can see here we can calculate in a particular graph. We can calculate the vertices also. So in this example, the vertices will be A, B, C, D, and E. So how many nodes are available? That nodes will be known as the vertices. So this will be asked in your 2 mark also, how the graph will be represented. Then you want to write, mention the any example graph, and you want to write the nodes which are represented as V is known as in the set bracket. You want to mention that is A, B, C, D, and E, and edges from each node, how it will be traveled to all the nodes. That is known as the edges. The first edges. So A will be traveled from A to B will be on edges, and B to E will be on edges, and A to D will be on edges, A to C, and B to E, and D to E. So these are all the edges that was available in this particular example. So if you are clear with if you are not clear with this, when I am taking, if you are not clear, you give me a message in the chat box. That will be enough. Mention the topic and give the chat message in the chat box. And now we will move the types of graphs. So the graph representation will be like this. We have studied what is the difference between graph and tree, and graph representation will be like this. This is not a tree representation; it is a graph representation. That we can travel from any node to any node in the graph. It may be in a right hand side or left hand side, or maybe unidirectional, bidirectional, whatever it may be. You can travel any node from any node to any node. And now coming to the types of graphs, we can give a number of types of graphs in your programming part. So the first type, which will be a directed graph. So you can see the image, right? What was the difference between the graph representation and this graph?
Directions.
Yes, the direction has been given here. So in this graph representation, there is no direction has been given. So it means that the A can be traveled to B and B can be traveled to A. So this is the meaning. This is a major representation of a graph technique. So this is the thing. And here the direct representation will be that it means a direct graph. It means that A can travel to B, but B cannot travel to A in the same path. So that is the direct representation, a direct graph. A direct graph is one where the edges can be traversed in a specific direction only. So whatever the specific direction that you have mentioned, in that point of view, it will be traversed from one node, one vertices to another vertices. So it will not travel the reverse traversal also. So you just take an example of your Instagram or Twitter. You can mention that if I am following you, there is no need, there is no rule that you want to follow me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, in Instagram and Twitter, you can just give a follow button. It means that I am following you. There is no rule that you definitely want to follow me or not. So it means I am following you. no need to follow me. How the class is going, likewise. Okay, that's fine. Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I am giving an input. It no need whether you want to receive or not. That's no need. Anyhow, I am going to giving an input. That's the thing. That is a direct graph. This is the best example that I have ever given to you. So that is a direct graph. And second thing, which will be an undirected graph. So that is normally it will be an undirected graph. So here in the undirected graph is one where the edges do not specify any particular direction. The edges are bidirectional, and here the edges will be unidirectional, and here the edges will be bidirectional. So in the undirected graph, the edges will be bidirectional. It can be traversed from any end to any end. So the best example will be your Facebook friend request. Have you seen the Facebook friend request?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What did
Yes,
happen
sir.
if I am sending a friend request? It may be either you can like your command or post without having your friendship. Also, I can go and view your command or view your post or like that. It means, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that is the best example of this Facebook. That is one of the best real-time examples Facebook. And now coming to here, so this is the two examples that is which will be consist of. One is directed and another one is undirected. So that is the thing. So here in the right hand side, it will be a directed path. So vertices will be A, B, C, D, E, and F. So you want to mention all the vertices, all the nodes. That means all the nodes that was available in your graph, you want to mention as the vertices. And you want to set that is an edges. How many edges are there? You want to calculate all the edges and you want to mention here. So in this right hand side view, so the edges will be B and A. First edges will be B and A, and again C and A. So likewise, it will be moving on. You can just calculate those edges, and thus that edges has been represented. And now coming to the left hand side of your thing, and the vertices will be all the nodes that was available A, B, C, D, and E. And here you can see as number of edges will be more high when comparing to the directed graph, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so it means that when the situation which will be occur when you are going to write a directed graph or indirected graph, and for that directed graph you want to give some of the weightage also that we will discuss in the next slide. So this is the difference between directed and undirected graph. So in the type of graph we have discussed two types. One is directed and undirected, and second and third one, it will be a weighted graph. So the weighted graph is one where the edges are associated with the weight or a cost, whatever it may be, you can be able to give that. So it may be a weight. It is generally the cost to traverse from one edge to another edge. So in the programming term, it will be described as a weight or a cost. So based upon the cut, it will pick some of the shortest path and it will be travels and it will be giving you an input. So that was discussed in the previous class. That is a Google Map concept. So we will assign some of the weight from one direction to another direction. We have n number of weights over there. Which one is the shortest path? You can move those shortest path and you can reach the destination. So that is the thing. So here I want to travel from A to E. So the first path will be A, B. AB is my first direction, and BD is my second direction, and DE is my third direction. So the weight has been mentioned there. 3 plus 2 plus 5 is equal to 10. And one more path will be there: AC, CD, and DE. So AC the weight is 1, and CD the weight is 3, and DE the weight is 5. So the path 2 will be the shortest path to reaching out from A to E. So the programmer or a user will choose that path 2 for the shortest path, whichever they were applicable. Clear about this weighted? Yes. The unweighted. So on the reverse concept that is an unweighted, that is normally known as the undirected graph. So the reverse process of a weighted, it means it won't available any weight over there. The reverse process will be there. So normally it will known as the undirected graph. It means no weight will be available. We can traverse any number of vertices to any number of vertices. We cannot consider whether it is a shortest path or longest path. Anyhow, you can travel that without any weight. And now coming to the cyclic. A cyclic graph is a direct graph that contains a path from at least one node back to itself. So remember this term. A cyclic graph is a directed graph that contains a path from at least one node back to itself. Clear? If anyone clear, can unmute yourself and give the answer for this one line definition.
So that means any one node direction will be back here.
A cyclic is a directed graph. I have mentioned you that is a directed graph, right?
Yes, sir.
That contain a path. It contain a path from at least one node back to itself. So I'll show you an example. So what is the left side of an image?
Undirected.
Undirected. If suppose I want to travel from A to A, whether it is possible?
ABDA is possible.
ABDA or AD and
ECA.
ECA, however it can be traversal in the undirected path. And now coming to the right side of an image.
Not
possible.
AC
Two ways.
EBA.
ACEBA AD FECA.
FEBA.
BA.
BA. So it means if suppose you are having a traversal like this in your path, so that is known as the cyclic graph. It can be a cyclic graph is a directed graph. It means you want to give a position, you want to give a direction for that particular graph that contain a path from at least one node back to itself. Same node has been repeated, it can be accessed from the particular node, then that graph is known as the cyclic graph. A cyclic graph is a directed graph that contain absolutely no cycle, that is no node can be traversal back to itself. So can you give me an example for this? A cyclic graph. A cyclic graph is this. So it means I am starting from node A and I am traveling to the node A again. It will be possible. So this is a cyclic graph. So in the acyclic graph is a directed graph that contain absolutely no cycle, that is no node can be traversed back to itself. We have studied a lot of example in acyclic graph.
Tree all acyclic only, sir.
Yes, all the tree structure will be acyclic graph. If you are going with the hierarchy structure, all the trees you are not studied for a backward traversal in a tree, right?
Yes, sir.
It will not connect any node from backward. It will be connecting from top level hierarchy, top level to bottom level. It won't connect any level in a backward. So all the tree which will be consist of a non-cyclic graph. So here we are going to study about only the cyclic graph. And if they are asking for a non-cyclic graph, you just give the definition and you just give an example, that is a tree structure. That's enough. Most probably this all the question will be asking in your 2 marks. So are we clear about these types of graphs? So only 5 types of graphs, I hope so. Directed, undirected, weighted, unweighted, cyclic and acyclic. So 6 types of graphs will be there. So normally we are having a lot of types, but in your syllabus only 6 types of graphs has been represented. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. Have you heard the name called terminology in the tree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what it means?
No.
Node,
Nodes,
Sibling.
root nodes,
sibling.
siblings,
Yes.
child.
Yes, node, sibling, child, edges, and whatever it may be. What is that means, terminology?
Property.
Properties.
It means that when you are going to use a tree, these are all the terms that was occur in the tree, right? When you are going to
Parts of the
parts, yes, that was well said. So these are all the parts and terms that was available in a tree. That is known as a terminology. In the tree structure, we will have a lot of terminologies over there. But in a graph structure, we will have only specific terminology that will be consist of only 5 terminologies will be there, and that we will discuss. The first one will be adjacent node and neighbor node. What is meant by adjacent node and neighbor node?
The nodes which are side by side.
near to
Yes,
that.
near to that
Node
node.
with same parent.
In that graph, you don't mention any parent words in that. In the graph technique, you no need to mention that parent technique or child technique, whatever it may be. So you want to mention that the node will be a vertices. The nearby the
Okay, sir.
vertices, another vertices will be there. So if suppose I am having the first graph will be like this. So first element I am inserting in the graph is
Sir,
10.
we need to call adjacent node or adjacent vertices.
Yes, you need to call a adjacent node vertices. Sorry, vertices. So just change it out. That is a vertices. So the thing will be differ. I hope so. When you are comparing with the tree, so node and adjacent node and vertices are most probably the same meaning over there. But the thing they will look into whether you have studied the vertices concept or not. So that's why in your exam point of view, they will be if you are writing in the 50 unit vertices, then it will be well and fine. The node also it will be correct, but you can mention that vertices in your exam sheet, right?
Okay, sir.
Yes. So if suppose I'm mentioning two things over here, one is 10 and another one is 20, right? And again I am giving this node as 30. Only 3 nodes is available, and this is the unidirectional node. Am I right? This is unidirectional node.
Directionals.
It is directed graph or undirected graph?
Indirect.
Undirect.
Undirected.
Directed.
Undirected graph. So
The
first
voice is
thing,
breaking, sir.
voice is breaking. Hey, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes. Yes. So this is an undirected graph, and I want to find out the nearby node of 10. Can you tell me the nearby node of 10?
20 and
20 and
30.
30.
So 20 and 30. So both the thing will be nearby node of 10. Can you tell me this nearby node of 20?
10 and 30.
10 and 30. So if suppose I am taking this representation here is 100. Can you tell me the nearby node of 100?
10,
20.
30, 100.
20.
20 is the nearby node. We have only one edges will be there, so that is my nearby node. If suppose I am giving this 30 over here, my nearby node is 30 and 20. The edges will be connected to the nearby node, right?
Yes, sir.
So you just imagine the nearby node, how to calculate the nearby node. So here all the edges has been connected to all the nodes. If suppose I am going to calculate the 20 nearby node, it will be 10 and 30. If suppose I am inserting one of the element called 100 over here, for 100 the nearby node will be only 20, because we have not connected any edges to 30 and 100. If suppose I am connecting edges to 30 and 100, and for 100 the nearby node will be 20 and 30. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
1 minute. Can you wait for 1 minute? Yes.
Sir,
So yes, sorry for waiting you. Sorry. So where I left, am I audible now? Adjacent
Yes,
node,
sir.
yes. So the adjacent node which will be consist of your edges, whatever the edges that was represented by the another node, that will be your adjacent node. So I have mentioned you clearly. I have mentioned if suppose there is no edges between 30 and 100, so this will not adjacent node of 100. The 30 will not be the adjacent node of 100. That only 20 will be the adjacent node of 100. So that is the thing. So first when you are designing a graph, first you want to mention this adjacent node. For each and individual node, you want to find out the adjacent node. So that is the first thing you want to remember. That means not a node, that is a vertices. So adjacent vertices. So that you want to register in your graph. That is the first step. And second step, that will be the path. You have studied the path in the tree concept also, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So the path which will be consist of three types in this terminology, graph terminology: simple, closed, and cycle. And second thing and third thing which will be your connectivity, how the nodes are connected by one node to another node. The path you have set, but the connectivity between one node to any number of nodes in your graph, then that will be known as two types. The connectivity which will be consist of two types: one is strongly connected graph and weakly connected graph. And fourth one, that will be the degree of nodes. So I have mentioned some of the degree and weightage that I have been given to you, right? In the weightage part, I have given the weightage, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So here also the degree which will be consist of in degree and out degree. How many nodes has been traveled for that particular node, and how many was out degree from that particular, how out of the, from one node to another node, how many nodes has been traveled. That is the two types that we will discuss in while example. That is two types. One is in degree and out degree. And last thing, it will be a complete graph. The complete graph and the types of graph what we have discussed. cyclic graph. So cyclic graph is also a complete graph, but it will be slightly differ, which will be a cyclic graph and the complete graph. That we will discuss in the next class with an example also, right? So we'll start having 10 minutes time. We will start that. So this is an adjacent node and the neighbor node. Can you tell me what is an adjacent node of E?
B and D.
B and E. So it means it will be connecting the two nodes called B and D. So this is the adjacent node of E. And the adjacent node of C will be
A and D.
A and D.
A and D. So this is the basic structure. When you are starting the graph, this is the basic structure that you want to find out the adjacent node of that particular node based upon the adjacent node only. So if suppose you just imagine that, so the first element will be A, and first I want to look out whether any adjacent node available for A or not, whether it is available there.
No, sir.
No. So it means I want to insert a value called B, and now the B has been inserted. Now I want to insert the value C, the letter C. So first I want to find whether any adjacent node is available for this A.
Yes, sir. B.
Yes, B is available. So, and once I want to finalize whether we want to insert this C for the B adjacent node or for this A adjacent node again. So if suppose I want to insert this C for the A adjacent node, then I want to insert this C here. So if suppose I want to insert D for this A adjacent node, I want to insert this D. E, and I want to insert this E. So this adjacent node of A will be B, C, D, and E. So this all four will be your adjacent. And if you want to connect those all the four nodes, then you can able to connect those things in the undirected graph. If it is a directed graph, you can connect it with the directed graph. So first you want to find out the adjacent node where you want to insert the element. So that is the first thing. And second one, path. So path is a sequence of vertices in which each pair of successive node is connected by the edges. So how many edges for A?
Three.
Three edges. How many edges for B?
No idea.
Zero.
No edges, sir.
This is an undirected graph.
Yes.
This is not a directed graph. So I have not given any direction. Here A, which will be consist of three edges. So it means it can be in or out. It can be further because this is an undirected graph. For this B, we having one edge, right?
Yes, sir.
That was connected
Yes,
from A. That was connected from A. We having one edge. So what about C?
Three.
Three edges. And what about G?
Two edges.
Two edges. So that means the path which will be travels from one end to another end, that is known as the path. Where the how many edges were there, how many edges it was connected. So if suppose I want to travel from A to G, what is my path?
A, C, F,
A,
G.
C, E, G.
We having two types of path, right? One is A, C, F, G, and another one is A, C, E, F. So that is the path that was represented by the base of edges. So if suppose this line has been not there, if suppose this A and C, this line is not there, then what is my path to connect from A to G?
No path.
No path is available for this. In this unidirectional graph also there is no path, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So when you are creating a path, you want to find out whether all the graph has been connected or not. That is the first thing you want to, all the vertices has been connected or not. That is the first thing you want to look after when you are going to create a path. Now coming to the simple path, the path is simple if all of its vertices are distant. So now I am going with a simple path. So you just imagine I want to travel from C to G. I want to travel from C to G. What is my pathway?
Through E or F.
C, F and G, and you can take E and G, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. If suppose I am having a path in B to E also, I am having one path, and B to C also I am having one path. I want to travel from C to G. Then we can having another path also, right?
Yes, sir.
The simple path, which in the sense you want to make that path has been so simple. So if suppose I am having this, so I want to connect from C to G now. So what is my simple path actually? So going to F and G is my simple path, first simple path, and going to E and going to G is my second simple path. And again, one more path will be there, going to B and going to E and going to G. So this is not my simple path, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So when you are going to connect those paths, you want to mention that which one is a simple path to reach that particular node. So you can, if you are giving this, if the G has been node of the neighbor node of B, you just imagine. So here I am inserting one node called G. So here there is no G available. Here I am inserting one node called G. So here now I want to travel from C to G. Then the thing?
CBG.
CB.
C, B and G. So here this path is not available. Then the thing?
CABG.
CAB.
C, A, B and G, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so this is the path. So first we want to find out all the nodes which will be accessing a simple path apart from the main first node. All the node want to be access this simple path. Likewise, you want to insert that particular element inside the nodes in the vertices. And you can see here an example here. If I am going to same example I have given, they were given here. So here you can see that it will be starting from A. So for finding out the B, for finding out to reaching out the B, we having a lot number of ways, right? But what is the simple path to reach out B? From A.
A to B.
A to B is my simple path, but we having a number of path to reach out the B, but we are going to take a simple path, that is A to B is which we want to find out which one is the simple path first, and after that you want to implement that simple path in your program to find out the node or find out the vertices or deleting a vertices or inserting a vertices. So these are the process which will be happens, right? And the closed path. And third thing is will be a closed path. The closed path, which will be consist of a circular path, it want to be closed with the starting and the finishing want to be the same. Remaining path want to be different. The starting and finishing want to be same. So here I am starting from C to C. So this will be my closed path, right?
Yes, sir.
1 minute. So this. So here you can see when I am starting from C to C. So C, F, G, E and C. So starting and ending will be my closed path. So these two elements are same. So this is known as the closed path. If suppose I am traveling from A to A, then what will be my element?
A, C, F, G, E, C.
G, E, C and A, right?
A.
Yeah. So here you can see two terms has been repeated. Have you seen the difference?
Yes, sir.
Here you can see only one term, one vertices has been repeated. So likewise, this one vertices has been repeated, then that path is known as the closed path. So this is not a closed path. So this also will travels from A to A, but this is not a closed path because here two vertices has been repeated. So that is the thing. Here only one vertices has been repeated. So this is known as the closed path, right?
Yes, sir.
And connected, we are having three types of disconnected graph that we will discuss in the next class. The connected and how to find out the matrix. You are going to study some of the max technique also by using this graph. So in the next class, we will discuss about the remaining types of terminologies and the matrix representation of the graph. Yes?
Okay.
Anyhow, we will start from this. Again, we will start from this from the next class. And terminology and the matrix representation. How the vertices will be inserted in a graph and how the data has been stored in your computer with the matrix representation. That is the next topic. Fine? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, thank you. You can give your attendance and you can leave now.